I think we've all been wondering, where has Wendy Williams been?
Look at those eyes. I'm sorry. Now, let us all just take a moment to think about what Whitney Houston is thinking up there.
Their drug use going on at this present time?
Who are you talking to?
To you, Whitney.
Ask me no questions like I'm a child. Y'all want to know what I'm doing all the time. I don't give a shit about what you doing all the time.
People felt like she was on something, maybe more
She
than
looks
just booze.
scary.
We've seen her become one of the most unlikable people, in my opinion, in this country. You know, the money and the fame and all that stuff has just turned this woman into
a monster.
I wanted to have a bare face today because, you know,
this is all too much. Go! Fine! I have no idea where we are.
Because it's the juice. And if you don't have the juice, you don't have it. So if you don't have the juice, you can't capitalize.
Fill the room with the juice. That's a lot of loot. That big fire. Yeah, she kinda.
Welcome back to the channel. I know it has been quite some time. I actually went to Scotland and then I was doing all kinds of girlfriend things, so I haven't been in the world of YouTube. Also, can we just talk about Drake briefly? If you have the video, the link, something, send it to me because I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it and everybody's just talking about an elephant trunk. Everyone's talking about a long tube. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. And I haven't seen it. So if you've seen it, can you please press 1? Can you please press 1 and tell me what's going on with that? Because I'm a little hurt that I haven't seen it. But I was fully aware that something was going around, but I just didn't take the time to actually try to find it. Also, I do find it interesting that this has leaked after his and the BBL accusations. So with that being said, I wanted to have a bare face today because, you know, a lot of people will go to somebody's TikTok, Instagram, whatever platform and be like, oh my gosh, this person's so pretty, da 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 da. But you rarely see people just showing a bare face, you know what I mean? And I used to show a bare face all the time, you know, acne scars and all, pimples and all. And so I wanted to bring a little bit more of that energy back to my channel because I think vulnerability is very important. And at the end of the day, none of us are perfect. And I don't care how many filters are going around, none of these people are perfect. So I'm going to be putting a retinol eye cream. I lied. Retinol eye patch on while we dive a little deeper into Wendy Williams. Now, before we get into Wendy Williams, if you are brand new here, hello. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you fancy this content. We do reaction, commentary videos around here, things of that nature. And speaking of commentary, Wendy Williams, you guys, listen, I'm so torn with Wendy Williams because I love her, right? I loved Hot Topics. I loved how raw she was, blunt, rude, mean, whatever you want to call it. It was entertaining for us. And I think I put her in the category with like Jonah Rivers. However, there has been things that she has said and done that definitely was giving demonic. It was definitely giving witch. It was definitely giving evil. It was giving girl, like, sit down, like you're not that great either. But I think that refreshing personality that so many of us kind of crave within just the curated world of social media, it's sad to see that it's gone. It's sad to see that it's over. You know, there's just been so many moments where I'm like, dang, just imagine this on a Hot Topic right now. Just imagine Wendy sitting in her chair talking about this right now. So with everything that's been going on with her, girl, I was just scrolling on TikTok and I saw she was coming out with the documentary and I said, first of all, her eyes. What's going on with those eyes? They are popping out of her head. She looks skinny. She looks frail. She looks just energy drained to the core and the bottom of the pits of her ass crack. I mean, honestly, like she looks really sick. Like it's just like, dang, like when you see somebody with so much energy and so much like I don't give a damnness and then you see them just kind of like completely diminished from everything, it's just like, damn. Then you have the other spectrum of people that are like, karma. And I honestly acknowledge those people that feel that way as well. Them having that perspective is absolutely valid. But my God, I remember just thinking, there's no way that Wendy's just not gonna be on her show anymore. There's just no way that she's just not gonna have a channel anymore. Like something in me was just like, there's just no way. And here we are. And it was definitely way. It was definitely way. The girl is gone. And we don't have Hot Topics anymore. We don't have somebody to replace this type of personality. reality. I think as much as people want to replace her with somebody, I just don't think she's replaceable, you know? It's just too many people are scared of talking bad about certain entities, you know what I mean? And I get that. Again, we live in a very curated world right now. So it's just sad to see. So we're gonna hop in and see what is really going on, because obviously I know she's been exploited in a certain way. I kind of just want to know a little bit more details and things of that nature. But title being Wendy Williams is back, her downfall, exploited by her team for money, which, girl, are we surprised? I mean, and not even just her, but I feel like a lot of people with money end up getting exploited in one way or another. I just don't think they think it's going to happen to them. And then when it happens, they're like, oh crap, I trusted the wrong people. I married the wrong person. Yada, yada, yada. You know what I mean? So let's see what's going on. Let me know your thoughts on Wendy Williams. Do you care if she comes back? Do you care about her downfall? Do you think, who cares? This is karma. She's always been mean, vicious, rude, nasty, da, 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 da. Or do you have a sense of like, dang, I low-key miss this personality. Like, I miss somebody that is just raw and blunt like this. Tell me your thoughts before we hop in. I'm honestly just curious, because I think there are a lot of people on two different sides and two different spectrums. So let's hop in here.
I think we have all been wondering, where has Wendy Williams been?
Look at those eyes. I'm sorry.
I have to sit down again. Did you drink this whole thing today? Keep it there.
I'm sorry.
She's losing memory. That was when they took her away from us.
I'm going to tell you something. If it happens to me, it could happen to you. You know how many people love you? No, I don't.
That is so sad.
Wendy Williams is back, but she's not better. And now we know what
I'm
her
back
team
and
has
I'm
been
better.
up to, forcing her in front of a camera and exploiting a sick woman who's been crying out for help. This is not okay, so let's get into it.
Because honestly, like, whoa.
We've all been asking, where is Wendy Williams? Well, I guess she's been here the entire time.
Right.
And she's been filming a docuseries as she's been going through her downward spiral. I mean, I was shocked to see that we've got this Lifetime documentary coming out about
it's going to be on Lifetime?
Post Wendy Williams show.
Wow. That's
And
the
this
drama.
guardianship that she almost got trapped in. A guardianship is pretty much a conservatorship. In New York, they use the phrase guardianship. It's the same thing that Britney Spears had gone through. The official description reads, after Wendy Williams was placed under a financial guardianship and her hit talk show was unexpectedly canceled, she was determined.
Now, let us all just take a moment to think about what Whitney Houston is thinking up there.
Their drug use going on at this present time?
Who are you talking to?
To you, Whitney.
Ask me no questions like I'm a child. Y'all want to know what I'm doing all the time. I don't give a shit about what you doing all the time. You are so nosy, man. You don't even know what I do. Like you said, you never met me. You don't know me. You ain't been in my house. You don't live with me. You don't sleep with me. You don't do shit with me but talk about me. So watch what you say. Watch what the you say. And if I was really like back in the day in Newark, I'd meet you outside. But I'm a lady and I have a class.
Oh, Whitney is probably like, girl, and you deserve it. Bye.
To make a career comeback, opening the doors to her private
deserve
life
it.
like never before. Cameras chronicled her comeback journey to reclaim her life and legacy despite facing health issues and personal turbulence. With unparalleled access granted by Wendy to film her and her family for nearly 2 years, what was captured was not what anyone
She looks paler
expected.
to me.
Wow, I remember when she went to like a gay bar in New York and there was a big
Way
family
paler.
crew there and people were like talking about Wendy having like a reality show. I guess they were filming this. And I remember when she was spotted at this bar, people felt like she was on something, maybe more
She
than
looks
just booze.
scary.
The documentary provides a raw, honest, and unfiltered reality of Wendy's life after she
Those
was placed under a
eyes.
financial guardianship, which bravo, because we need more people talking about conservatorships, guardianships. It can happen to anyone. The camera caught her suffering mental and physical issues. Wendy's delicate state of mind, erratic behavior, and declining health were all captured by cameras. Honestly, I'm surprised that she even allowed this, and a lot of people question who really has Wendy's best interests. Like, does Lifetime? Because it's not giving that vibe. This trailer for the documentary that will be coming out in later February is very dramatic.
Oh, it's gonna be
Wendy
this
goes on to
month?
share that she has no money, and she says that if it can happen to her, it can happen to you. And I do think Wendy does have money, but what's been going on is that she's been placed into a financial
about to say,
guardianship,
what do you mean?
so she has access to none of it, so other people can choose what to do with her estate. The documentary will also feature interviews with Wendy's loved ones who, throughout the footage, express concern about her drinking and memory loss. In one scene, she's confronted confronted about a bottle of alcohol and asked if she drank the entire thing that day. There's definitely a factor of Wendy's health here at play. I mean, the judge agreed to give her a guardian, I guess by the fact alone that she wasn't in physical great shape, but not able to really stand on her own, which is so not the Wendy Williams I'm used to seeing.
Oh my God, no, I can't do this. I can't do this. I have to sit down again.
She was put in front of a judge and given a guardian. That was when they took her away from us.
I have no money, and I'm gonna tell you something.
You know what's really sad? It's like everything that happened with her man. Ooh, child. Brutal. Brutal.
Me? It could happen to you. As her family, we were all sitting on the sidelines watching, and she was crying out for help.
Did you drink this whole thing today?
Keep it there.
Okay.
Keep it there.
You can tell Wendy Williams is not happy with anybody touching her bottle, and we've seen her go through issues with addiction before, so this is really concerning. In another clip, Wendy gets aggressive in the backseat of a car as she instructs her driver to go. And they drive around her hometown of New York while she admits that she's unaware of the surroundings and it doesn't look like anything familiar. Now, maybe the alcoholism is leading to some memory loss, but I also question if maybe she's showing signs of dementia. One family member theorizes that she may be losing memory, and another observes anyone can look at her and tell that this is not just alcohol, there's something more going on. Wendy has revealed that she's lived in a sober house in the past because of cocaine abuse, and according to Lifetime, they've been trying to chronicle Wendy's efforts to reclaim her life and legacy, but it doesn't seem like that documentary is doing that because she wasn't successful.
My mom, she always talks about how she wants to work.
Oh, she's 59.
So she's worked enough.
Yeah, she getting up there.
She has people around who are yes people and allowing this to continue.
This is all too much. Go! Bye! I have no idea where we are. This doesn't look like anything familiar.
I think she's losing memory. Have you guys noticed that?
How dare him? I control men. I weigh 133.
I weigh 138.
Tell this is not just alcohol. There's something more going on.
Look at those eyes.
That last clip with Wendy's eyes opened really big. I mean, that's just not the Wendy Williams I'm used to seeing.
Baby.
She's, typically very much in control.
That's
Her son,
terrifying.
Hunter Jr., says, my mom's done a great job at making it seem like everything's okay always, but in reality, there's something wrong. My mom always talks about how she wants to work, but I think she's worked enough. She has people who are around her who are yes people, which is a really big red flag. I mean, the yes people will only push you further down. Wendy does open up about her lymphedema diagnosis and I guess a new boyfriend. Wendy's got a new boyfriend. I didn't see that. But I do wonder what's going on in her mind because one producer
Who has
did
time
ask
for a
Wendy
relationship when
if
you gotta
she's
get
seen
yourself
a
together?
neurologist, and she replies, to find out if I'm crazy? So it doesn't really seem like Wendy wants to recognize there is a problem, so that leads her to not want to solve anything or get any help.
Well, of course not. Scorpio energy right there.
I'll be here.
Please be here.
No matter how many times somebody may fall down, you gotta lift them back up.
We all make choices in life. We all go through our challenges. She's still a person. How you doing? That's my sister.
There have been random people around you.
Stealing money from me.
Getting money, whatever the case may be.
Enough.
Can you tell me where your sister is?
No, I don't know the exact location of where she is.
I feel like the Guardian has not done a good job of protecting my mom.
My life. My life.
Right now, she's weak and vulnerable, and she needs to be around people who are going to take advantage of that.
So
I am
think we all
allergic
agree that
to
Whitney
it.
is
Ooh.
dealing with health issues, but I think she's also dealing with a personality crisis. She was quoted saying, all I know is how to be famous. I want to be back on television. Wendy is seen breaking down in tears as she says she misses her family and that she has no friends. When asked if she knows how many people love her, she replies, no, I don't. I have a feeling that
Which is
Wendy's
crazy.
experiencing
Like,
a little
what do you
bit of
even mean
imposter
by
syndrome.
that?
She doesn't really realize how big of a deal she is and how important she is to other people, which again...
And let's talk about that because Nicki Minaj said something very similar. And it's just giving, how do you not know that you are, and not to say you're it, like I'm not trying to say like, Wendy Williams is like surpassing the likes of, Oprah or anything of that nature. But I just feel that there's people that are in these categories, just like Nicki Minaj, and they don't realize like, you're Nicki Minaj, you're Wendy. It's giving like, what is it, imposter syndrome? to where, and I don't know if it comes from like maybe childhood insecurities, trauma. I don't know where it comes from, but I just find it to be so weird to say, oh no, I don't know how many people love me. But I mean, I get at the same time, it's like she only saw that, on her show. So if the show is gone, then she feels like, well, everything is gone if the show is gone. But I know people who are like die hard Wendy Williams fans. Like they have been die hard Wendy. Like they've gone to the actual like set. They've gone to shows. You know, I mean, I definitely wasn't in that boat. I was not rowing that canoe. However, you know, Wendy is a big deal. Nicki Minaj is a big deal. So the fact that like we keep hearing, oh, I don't know, like I didn't know I had this much power, I don't know if, you know, people love me. It's just so bizarre. Isn't that bizarre? It's just like, I don't know the energy for 2024, but it is very much giving like karma. It's giving like healing. It's giving like anything that's been in the subconscious or unconscious or in the background is coming straight to the forefront. It's just like, what's next? What is next? Because y'all saw Taylor Swift. Did you see Taylor Swift ignore Celine Dion on that stage while getting that Grammy? That's a whole nother category. But that alone, and I have been, and not to say I don't like Taylor Swift, because listen, I'm still going to sing Our Story. I'm still going to be jamming to This Is, what is it called? The Story of Us. Yeah, The Story of Us. Like I love old Taylor Swift, but her energy that night, as well as just for the past couple of years, at least for me, has been very much like, I don't know who this person is, but I miss the old Taylor. I even have a TikTok talking about how much I miss the old Taylor. Like, I don't know how people were able to transition into the new Taylor, because I don't know who that woman is. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. I don't know if I'm a fan of the new Taylor. I just, But anyways,
again, has led to her self-worth and this like constant need to be famous and to be in the limelight, because that's how she feels relevant. She doesn't recognize that she's still on her own, like her legacy lives on.
Right,
she doesn't need to continue. She really, it'd be better. She took off a lot of time and got much better, and then came back like a decade later, amazing, you know?
I have no friends. You know how many people come out to support you? You know how many people love you? No, I don't. Everything is going to be good.
Like, what do you mean? She looks super scary right there.
I think that the guardianship system is broken. We are her family. And you tell me that I'm not capable of taking care of my sister. What would you do? What should I do?
I love being famous. But family is everything.
So good to see you again, Dad.
It's good to see you, babe.
I love being famous. Interesting.
Now let's get into some of the questionable aspects of this documentary, because some things aren't clear.
Really?
Have they been filming the last 2 years? Was it filmed 2 years ago? One person tweeted this
is it a money grab? Is she gonna get money?
Ago, and since then she's fired her entire team, and now her family is saying that they also have not been able to contact her. It seems like some person took over her life as a conservator, and remember the last blind item I heard, she was like in a rehab facility in like Scandinavia or like Norway or somewhere over there. This person tweeted, nobody realized that she was severely diagnosed with Graves' disease. The bulging eyes, rapid weight loss, confusion. It wasn't alcoholism. Is that what that is? She was in a thyroid storm. It happened to me. Psychosis and temporary dementia-like symptoms. Ooh. She was obviously treated, and I'm glad she's doing well. Another person added, this trailer was tough to watch. This person wrote, her son is sweet. I'm so glad she has him by her side. Tammy tweeted, this is heartbreaking. I love her so much. I miss her every day, which I totally relate to. I watched Wendy Williams every single day, and it's part of the reason why I'm doing what I do now. This person said, I'm not watching this. Her team is obviously exploiting her while she's clearly in bad health. I hope she finds true peace with genuine loved ones who aren't using her for media attention. Her show was canceled back in 2022, but really she wasn't on the show for a long time, because they had a lot of like different hosts come in. It was like almost going to become the Sherry show at some point, but it just really did not hit the same without Wendy Williams. The 4.5 hour 2-night documentary Where is Wendy will come out in February, on February 24th and 25th.
I think we have all been wondering, where has Wendy Williams been? It's been so long since any of us have really seen her in public or seen her do any sort of interview. Renee Rapp even made a comment during one of the Mean Girls interviews saying that the last time she was seen in public was over 200 days ago. When I tell you this broke my heart to watch. I love Wendy Williams. I don't know if she had started filming a documentary about her life that kind of turned as her life kind of went downhill over the last few years into something bigger than just her retelling her story. But in it, there's a lot of talk about this guardianship that someone has over her. I don't know who it is specifically, but that person and that system has kind of separated Wendy from her family while she was going through a very hard time.
Can you do that
Now that
legally?
Wendy is coming out with this documentary through Lifetime, she is posting on social media. It was actually the first time we saw her on social media in 6 months. She captioned this photo.
And you know what I'm going to say? That I know some people will not like that I'm going to say. But imagine this being somebody else and Wendy it not being Wendy and Wendy doing Hot Topics and being like, well, girl, nobody likes you. That's why you're getting all this karma. You know what I mean? Because there were times where people were going through like really tragic things in their lives. And Wendy was just...
Miss Melody may have passed away, I think.
She passed away? Oh. All right. Her wig was pulled down so low. Oh my gosh. And girl, as a wiggy, I feel like I can talk, because sometimes I like to pull mine down low too on account I have a big forehead. And then Antoine, my wigologist, always tell me to push it back. But I love that Teresa Giudice hairline. Landlord Kendra Davis is talking on Twitter. This is the only picture we can find of the landlord. And yes, that would be a mugshot.
Piece of shit.
Here's the glove covering what I told you, probably wrinkled, veiny old lady hands.
Even Kendall's not the most beautiful girl in the world. She's. It's not shade, it's fact. And Kendall is.
I'm a model.
Let's face it, Kendall jumped to the top of the model chain because she's a Kardashian Jenner.
And are we surprised? You know what I mean? Like, and not to say that it wasn't funny or, she didn't have empathy. But, there was just so many things that Wendy has said that has been extremely insensitive. And so it's just when I think about the people who feel that they have been shaded or done wrong by Wendy or don't like Wendy, what are they thinking in this moment? Are they thinking, I'm not surprised? Are they thinking, I feel bad? Are they thinking, oh, maybe I could reach out, maybe I could do something? Or are they just completely writing her off? You know what I mean? I just find that world to be so different in the background. I just wonder what that looks like for her, especially being tied to so many celebrities and not necessarily in the most positive way. Unfortunately, girl.
That she's in like a library or a bookstore, and she wrote, "Welcome everyone." She looks pretty good. It looks like it's maybe a
she does look good
photo.
there.
I can't really tell.
She looks better.
But it's probably a professional photo shoot or something. The background doesn't really make sense for me. The image was shared on the Instagram account for her long-awaited podcast, The Wendy Experience. In March 2023, it was rumored that the podcast had been canceled, but Wendy's publicist insisted it was still moving forward. I don't know if we'll ever get a podcast, but I hope so. Quote, "We're still working behind the scenes on several projects. There have been no official cancellation of the podcast. They've just been working on this Lifetime documentary." We still don't know if Wendy's alcoholism is under control. We do know that alcohol affects her very strongly. I think stronger than the normal person because of her health issues. So there's actually been reports that alcohol stays in her system even longer, which sounds chaotic.
Generally speaking, I like to take a
She
swim
looks
in the morning
frail and pale
going to the studio, and then I get on my lymphedema
trained
machine. I've explained
in
to
all
you
ways.
what lymphedema is. Look it up yourself. I don't have a lot of time.
I have lymphedema. Rambo, I would love a juicy, delicious close-up. Yes, come on. No, down here. Do you see my feet? Do you see how they barely fit in my shoes even, right? I have lymphedema. I've had it now for a few years.
I can't imagine how that feels, having your ankles so swollen, ouch, and just makes my ankles like start to swell just on their own. Like I'm already feeling.
I didn't
it
even
for
know
her.
that you could
I feel
get
like wearing shoes would be so
lymphedema
uncomfortable. So of course she's
without,
not walking around.
like,
It does seem
added
like Wendy has moved though. I don't know if she's living in New York proper anymore. She may have gone down to Florida, but this person on a radio show said that they had a little bit of information on where Wendy could be living.
Wayne made me go and visit Wendy Williams.
I made you go.
Everybody was in on it.
You know what? I sort of did because I kept saying, did you go? Did you go? Did you go?
And I kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off.
Yeah.
So I pull up. First, I pulled up to the wrong building. And so I get there. I go inside. The door people greet me and And I said, this might be a shot in the dark, sir, but I'm here to visit Wendy. And he shakes his head and he goes, you're a couple of months late.
Wow.
She moved. That's all I can tell you. So, I start prying. I'm like, well, did they sell the unit? Is it on the market? Because this was a fabulous duplex. And they said, well, you know what happened? She was getting better. She was coming around. And then she started getting sick again. And because her family's in Florida.
Right.
Now, again, I personally feel like Wendy is somewhere like in Europe, like locked up in a rehab facility. I don't think she's down in Florida because we haven't had any reports of that. But maybe now that her documentary is coming out, we'll see more of her life on social media. Anyways, I was really surprised by all this. I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you in a new video soon.
Bye. Yikes, you guys. I don't know how to feel because it's just like, I think some people just want her back, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I was one of those people. I just wanted her to come back. But I didn't know that it was to this extent because the girl looks pale. She looks pale. She looks hungry. She looks frail. She looks like she needs to get a cane, a wheelchair, you know what I mean? And I mean, at this point, I don't even think it would be warranted to come back. I mean, if anything, you're not getting younger, like maybe it would be best to just focus on your health, focus on what is better that's going to positively impact, your life and your longevity, opposed to, doing hot topics and talking about people and all that stuff. But I remember when they put Sherry on her show, I was thinking, why can't Wendy just do hot topics from her bed? Why can't she just do like a little remote work era? But child, I don't even think she was even in the right mind space to even be caring about what's going on with this person or that person, who won that award and who wore that outfit, and you know what I mean? It's just like, dang. Anyways, can you guys let me know, do you think this is karma? Do you think this is karma? Or what do you think? Do you just think this is just old age, sad situation? Or do you think this is karma? Because I've been seeing people in the comments on TikTok like, oh, and she got her karma, period. And I was just like, well, dang. First of all, if Wendy died, that would be very sad for a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people. She has been a staple for so many of us in so many ways. And she's paved the way of influencing and encouraging so many other people to want to sit on the couch and talk like how I am right now. You know what I mean? But anyways, you guys, let me know your thoughts on this video. Let me know your thoughts on Wendy Williams, and let me know your thoughts on Drake, okay? Let me know if you've seen the video, okay? I'm actually curious. And please let me know what you guys think about Taylor Swift right now, because at this point, I'm a little cringed out. I'm cringed out. I'm a little tired of the Taylor Swift train. And I'm just wondering, when we're gonna stop getting off on the Swift train, when are we gonna get off of it? Is it just gonna keep going? I feel like it's just gonna keep going. Anyways, if you're a Swiftie, I apologize. I know that might be triggering to hear, but if you did make it all the way to the end, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it, and I will see y'all all in the next video. Wendy needs to just sit down. Just sit down. Don't even try to come back, because at this point, girl, we can't even recognize you. Can't even recognize you.
Oh my God.